everybody was all. Every time they called an umpire, they couldn't hear one bit. So I yelled umpire, and I swear the stairs up here.
Didn't save any of my changes.
What's going on?
Looks like we're gonna be broadcast partners there.
Yeah. You said you would do it, right?
Yeah.
Because you can see all the. Alright, so I was just going over things with John. I'm just updating your list because it looks like the wrong version printed, which is why yeah, that's why it's not on 2 pages anymore. And anyways, okay, so what I have are just we're not gonna do player profiles for this. Whatever you know about them, you know about them. So what I have in here are make sure you interject relatively frequently where you are, what you're streaming, and who each of you are.
Absolutely. Usually every about 4 ends-ish is probably a nice balance.
Yeah. Now, we're going to be streaming on YouTube. And are you going to be able to see the comments?
I should be able to. There, I can because we have internet connection. I believe that I can get into there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I can look at my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't mess up anything, does it? If I'm on my phone on YouTube?
Nope.
I assume it should be.
You do this for a living, John.
I've done it a few times there, yeah.
What time are they starting? What time?
10. So we've got different things that one of you can interject with the reading. And they're just like little blurbs to, in case anybody who's not from locals wants to know like where we're from, what the event is. So you've got an official thing you can read. And we've also got a little blurb about the World Bowls team.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we wanted to mention, so obviously we've got Jordan who's already in Australia who'll be competing in the 2023 Champion of Champions, and we'll also have Pat Bird who's playing in the semifinal who will be representing Canada because last year's winner was going to.
Where do the winners of this one go?
Don't know yet.
Oh, we don't know yet.
We just know that World Bowls is for sure being released.
Oh, because I think originally this one this year was supposed to be in New Zealand, and then
New Zealand was going to be 23, 24, and then when they moved it to Australia, everything kind of went.
I thought that's because I couldn't remember in our talks.
On ring E6, we have David Defoe, Roy Reed. On ring E4, Paul Van Birmingham and Pat Burke. And on E5, Bev Robinson from Clare Bay. Thank you.
And also it would be one thing if I had any requests if possible, because I know we're going to get it in the comments as a question from bowlers. It would be helpful to know what type of bowls the ones on the TV rink are using.
Okay, I'll go find
Who's
it.
on the?
I'm going to go find that out for you.
I can go. I gotta go to the washroom anyway.
Fine, Wayne. Okay, so you're going to go to the washroom, find out who's on the rink, and find out their bowls? Okay. John, is there anything you need? You got water?
I should be. I'll run them down and fill this there. I did check one minor thing. I read in the press release. I think there's the award store.
Yes.
If it, yeah. After doing so many stuff with hockey with public address, I understand the fun of corporate sponsor reads.
Thank you. I'm happy you're doing this.
Trust me, I'm happy to help. You know me. Anytime I can anytime you can put a microphone in my hand, I'll take it.
We enjoy it.
You don't get out of bed. Look at he's staggering. You're drinking well.
Yeah, so, and what is the problem? Couple nice little rubber coats. Say Nova Scotia. Say Nova Scotia. Everyone can play hungover, right? Everyone can play drunk.
What? Oh, blasphemy.
Enjoy your last few days.
I'm sure you'll make them very memorable.
Just take that as a compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Good. Apple Valley.
nice.
Beaver Bank.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm not sure why.
Okay, so menu, okay, you see,
Club in Victoria British Columbia.
yeah,
I had to get into the announcers. No, no.
Do a sound, right?
okay. It has Wi-Fi, record settings, special recording setup, connection settings, and media settings. Okay. Mobile, clock, date, language. Oops, don't want that. Okay. Sound, brightness, auto power, no. Quick restart. Touch screen adjust. No, factory reset. Open source licenses. Media settings or connection. No, it's not connection. So media settings or record settings. Connection. Display on TV, video. Yeah. Okay, it says off.
Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. The ladies stay the same, the men small change on each
Oh,
floor.
okay.
Pivot the floor. Going down.
Okay. Okay, so that's got
One on the right.
no connection, right? It says it's off, too. Just hang on a second. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure how to No. 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 This one's camera has their icon.
Oh, wow. All right.
Oh, it's flashing as SD.
All right, John.
Right?
but I got some water just in case.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, which I
That's out of the way.
stop. Oh yeah, record's on. Okay. So which okay. We should be good. The- Okay. Okay.
Go around the other side where you're sitting.
It looks like it's searching. They're both good. Go back. Yeah, it's like it's searching.
Right now, all I can get is a jump.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wanda Fukalam Bowls Club in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia for the semifinals of the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships. And we are finally here. The coverage is kicking off for a great week of bowls here in Victoria. John Seitman joined here alongside by the chair of the National High Performance Committee, Ryan Stadnick. How are you doing today, Ryan?
Good. It's an excellent day to be here. The weather's great. The greens are running good. Should be a good day of bowling.
Yeah, it should be an excellent day as we get started here. We have our feature game for the morning. It is Jan Robinson, last year's finalist. She made it to the final, unfortunately coming up a little short against Jordan Koss, last year's winner, 21-17 in Burlington. She'll be eager to ascend to the top of the mountain against a strong former national champion in the fours, Serena Mock, out of British Columbia. So as we're just getting started here, we'll just let you know what the road to this game for these two players. Serena came into this with a 4 wins, 1 loss, and a tie, as she had wins over Lori McLeod, Vivian Chan, and Charmaine Cameron in the round robin, and then had a thriller of a matchup in the quarterfinals as she defeated Cindy Higgins, the Ontario champion, 21-20. And then Jan, it was a little bit of a challenging road for a few games there, as she was in quite a pool as she got wins over Josephine Lee, Diane Trask, and Debbie Purdy before a tight 21-18 victory over Betty Van Wellingham last night in the quarterfinals. So we're just working through a few technical issues with the cameras, so please bear with us. We'll do our best to let you know how the head is currently developing for this first end. It looks like Serena currently holding one, just about a bowl and a half above Jack high.
Yeah, it looks like Serena's playing really well. She's off to a good start. Jan's come up a couple bowls short, but she'll be looking to get this one in here. Maybe a little bit of weight.
So a little bit up weight here to kick off this first end, looking for some connection, and unfortunately it looks like she will push one of the bowls of Serena Mock in. Appears to be 2 from our commentary position.
I talked to the greenskeeper today. The greens are running about 12 seconds. Unfortunately, they're out in the middle of a green patch out there, so I don't know if that'll have any effect on the weight there, John. You've been playing so far. What do you think about that green?
Yeah, I played on it going the other direction there when I was playing, so I wasn't in that patch. It does get a little bit faster as you get toward the ends, so that could make for some interesting play for our 2 competitors this morning. So didn't see the signal, so we'll let you know once we see an update of the scoreboard. It looks like it will be definitely Serena Mock scoring. And also the update will let you know there are 3 other games in play here this morning, as on rink A4 it will be Bob Van Wellingham, the perennial contender out of Manitoba, in the semifinals against the Ontario champion David Defoe. An excellent clash for those 2 players, as I know it was quite the matchup for Bob Van Wellingham as he defeated Tim Mason last night.
Yeah, he took out Tim, the hometown hero, yesterday in a great game. Bob was playing quite well yesterday, and Tim just struggled to find it. Bob dominated the whole game. Dave's had quite the year too, playing in Ontario. He won the pairs as well. He's been playing in the pairs with Mark McFadden, so he's having a solid year.
Okay. All right.
And he played quite well there. We had the
All right.
tussle there over on
yeah.
Green B there on the opening day.
Yeah, me neither. Because it's
26 ends.
yeah, like and I was fine before, so I don't know what.
He definitely has proven that he can contend right with the
I'm good now.
best of the best in this event. We'll also mention there as well, as I was talking to Mike O'Reilly, the co-head coach of Team Alberta. I know he'll be ecstatic. There is 5 of his 7 are in medal finals.
Yes.
As on A5, it will be it looks like Bev Robinson versus Claire Day. So that'll be an excellent matchup, and the battle of the 6 and 0s there on A6, as it will be Pat Bird versus Roy Riggy, as they have done quite well throughout this event. Undefeated 6 and 0, and of course Bird looking to defend his title from last year.
Yeah, he's certainly on a roll again.
So as the scoreboards just got updated there, it will be a 2 for Serena Mock to kick off this contest. Of course, we'll have coverage for you throughout the day as we have the semifinals here this morning. The championship games will take place starting at about 1:30 Pacific time. So we hope that you'll stick with us for what should be an exciting conclusion as we look forward to determining our gold medalists who will represent Canada at the 2024 World Champion of Champions.
Just reading a comment from YouTube here. Ralph Ellis says Claire Day gets the vote for the best hat, and I have to agree with him. She always has that colorful hat with the flowers on it.
100%. She's always been known for that for many years, and The kind flowery hat has gone many places there, representing Alberta and representing Canada. So as we continue on here with our feature, it looks like Jan will sit one.
A lot of short bowls there, John. It looks like maybe they're struggling with the weight early on in this match. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming through.
Just quickly, getting a check here from our awesome producer Anna-Mies in behind the scenes here, just asking if we could, if everybody in the audience, if you can let us know if the volume's good for us. We're just working through a few technical items here as we get started with the broadcast. So let us know if you can hear us nice and clearly. So we'll let you know here as Jan just starts here with his third end of play. Looks like Dave Defoe leads Bob Van Wellingham 2-0 in the game on 5. It looks like Claire Day up on Bev Robinson 3-0, and it will be. I'm unsure on the matchup over there on rink 6 because I know that Pat was, if I remember correctly, was Alberta 2 and Alberta 1 was Jesse Wilkinson. So we'll have to get a double check on that to confirm. But it's definitely 3-0 for Alberta.
Yeah, I believe it's Pat. Roy Riggy just threw his bowl, and that's the second bowl delivered. So it looks like Pat is up 3-0. Pat has switched bowls once again. Notice he's been switching bowls throughout the games.
So as we get back here, we have two bowls, about 1.5 feet each from the jack. It looks like Jan Robinson sitting a shot bowl just over a foot behind. And Jan's definitely one of those ones coming into this week. She was definitely a favorite to make it into this championship game after she played quite well there in Burlington, and has continued that form right here into 2023.
Yeah, I've been watching her throughout the week so far, and she's been delivering some excellent bowls.
Looks like Serena coming up just a bit short there again, so appears to be holding 2. We'll see what the marker indicates for us here.
It's a good chance for Jan to take advantage of those short bowls from Serena. This is where she has to step up and put a front knocker on, take control of this end.
And yes, a reminder as well for our viewers, if you may not be familiar with the format that we're playing here this week, it is 1st to 21. So unlike the traditional games there that you may see at your club, it will be not any specific number of ends. We'll go until we have a winner, or I believe 2.25 hours there. So looks like the jack's been pushed back a little bit, so it looks like Jan still holding shot on that far side. They're holding 1, looking to draw a second here with her last.
Yeah, it looks like she was just coming up a little bit short. A great track.
Yeah, there we go. As we have a nice updated camera angle for you there. This is going to be a big shot here for Serena as she looks to try to keep a tight one here against the last year's silver medalist. And looks pretty close here. And she'll snag the jack there. Looks like it will be for a 1.
What an excellent shot.
And as we just see our players headed to the other end, I just mentioned that the Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship would not be possible without the support of our excellent sponsors. We'd like to thank the Government of Canada, Kukri and Nothers, the award store, for your continued support of lawn bowling in Canada. And of course, as we mentioned that, there's also a big thank you to the Juan de Fuca Lawn Bowls Club for all their hard work in getting this event off the ground there. Jack Robertson and his committee have been doing an excellent job. They've been excellent hosts this week, and I was talking to him just before this game. He's ecstatic with how it's all turned out, and they're looking forward to the pairs and fours coming up over the next 4 days.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job so far. Made everyone feel just at home here. The meals have been good.
Yeah, nice meals up there at the field house just up the road from the clubhouse. Of course, this club, home of the 1994 Commonwealth Games, the last time that event was held in Canada. If I remember correctly, it was the a great English superstar David Bryant that got the win in that final here on these beautiful A greens that we play here this morning.
Yeah, it's a beautiful complex here in Juan de Fuca. If you ever have the chance to play here, I highly suggest you come out here. It's absolutely beautiful.
So Jan coming up quite a bit short here, so a really good opportunity for Serena to really put a good stamp on this matchup early. Of course, getting down to that end, you can really start to see as it comes toward the end. Like we said at the start, it does pick up a bit, so the players will really have to be prepared for that. Jan coming up nicely on that forehand side.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment there from Jan. Expect Serena to be pretty close with this one. She'll probably switch sides into the backhand.
Doing exactly as a commentator Ryan said here. Looks like will she get there? Will push the bowl there, Jan Robinson.
Yeah.
But it will be a 1 to Alberta.
One thing I've noticed, John, is a lot of people are playing the full length or T to T, and they're struggling with the weight. I find when the jack is delivered short, the heads are much closer. So I think people are struggling with the weight here a little bit, with the tricky green patches and the brown patches and the bowls falling off towards the end. So it kind of baffles me that players are playing full length.
And of course, it's a little bit interesting because as the first parts of the day play here early in the morning, of course, it's a little bit of a later start than what we've been used to. They're having normally we've been starting at 9 a.m. This game, of course, starting at 10 o'clock here on the West Coast. You'll definitely see the greens start to speed up a little bit as it gets a little bit warmer into the day. So Jan looking to have a nice draw here on the backhand side. Try to squeeze through the port. Looks pretty. Oh, it just pulls up. Wow.
A little bit short there. Those are the bowls you need to make count. Those shots for the extra points. It's hard to win games when you're not making those shots.
And especially, of course, with it being the first to 21, you really don't want to let a game get out of hand very quickly. So those extra points are essential on the road to victory and the opportunity to compete for a gold medal this afternoon.
Just while the players are getting ready to deliver the jack, I'm looking at Pat Bird's green, and I played a gold medal match on that green way back when with Wayne Wright, and I struggled on that green as well. I think we all did, but it looks like both players are really struggling to get bowls close. There's a level of inconsistency that we've seen at these championships that I'm not sure if it's the players or if it's the greens that are making them inconsistent, but I expect things to get tightened up over the next few days and have a good championship in the majors, in the pairs and the fours.
Absolutely, and it's been nice to see there as we've gotten started with the finals here. We've been seeing a bunch of the players for the pairs and the fours making their way here to Victoria. I saw Mark Beeman from New Brunswick just coming in, and I know Eric Gallipo and his crew came in last night. Got here just in time to watch the conclusion of the quarterfinal round. So we'll look forward to seeing a bunch of them. I know my teammates are getting in to Vancouver at about 11:30 tonight.
Whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately, their flight delayed out of Halifax, Stanfield. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, Braden, Ray, and Liam, as we look to hopefully try to go one step further on the podium there over the next 4 days.
All right, Serena's off to a great start in this end.
Jan looking close here, though.
Oh, and Jan
nice
makes the conversion shot.
Nice
yeah.
conversion there to sit for the one. Yeah, Serena definitely has been playing quite well this year. I know she had quite the run in New Westminster at the British Columbia women's singles, coming up just short against Esther Sun. But of course, top 6, I believe, out of British Columbia qualified to represent here at Juan de Fuca at the National Championship. So Jan just asking the closest bowl of Serena's just behind Jack. How far is it behind? And I believe she just said about 1.5 feet behind Jack High.
Yeah, not much concern here for Jan. She's just drawing up. Maybe churn her bowls over a couple times, her shot bowl, or end up in behind there. So she has a little bit of protection from Serena taking the jack back. And she played it perfectly. Excellent weight on that bowl.
Absolutely there, and it looks like you might see there Serena try to play almost a similar shot to what Jan threw on her second bowl. Try to land the bowl of Jan Robinson. Try to maybe even trail it back a little bit. Looks close, and will sit it there to sit her one.
Excellent shot by Serena.
And of course, Serena definitely, of course, we can always talk about the experience of Jan Robinson having previously made a final, but of course she, like Serena as well, has quite a highly credentialed experience, having been a 2-time Canadian Fours champion alongside Josephine Lee, Priscilla Westlake, and Gigi Chan back in 2017 and 2018. They were back-to-back champions.
All right, John, we got a request for some score updates. So in our feature match, it looks as if Serena Mack will go up 4-2 over Jan Robinson. Dave Defoe and Bob. Dave Defoe is currently winning 5-2. In the other match between the ladies semifinal between Alberta Claire Day and
that would be Bev Robinson.
Bev Robinson. Actually, I don't know who's who on that one. Looks like Claire Day is.
Claire Day, it would be Alberta 2, if I remember correctly. So, she'd be up 6-0.
Yeah, it looks like she's sitting 2 there, so that might go up to 8-0 for Claire, a commanding lead right away. And over in the other game between Pat and Roy, it is currently 5-2 for Pat Bird.
Okay, we've been asked to, we've been asked to try to talk a little bit quieter there by our chief umpire George Kubas. So, apologies if we might be distracting a bit of the players. I know I get a little bit enthusiastic when I'm calling a game, but we'll do our best to keep it down a little bit. We're up here on the balcony beside the Q Center, which is the arena right next door here to the Juan de Fuca Greens. And we got, when we mentioned, thank George and his team. He has a huge crew of umpires that have been helping us out this week. Keeping everybody all in line with the laws of the sport. So thank you to him and his team.
That's right. Keeping everyone honest.
So looks like there, I believe there it looks like it was the one. So 4-2 lead for Serena Mock. And of course, as we continue on, we will mention, of course, again, the winner of this event will go on to represent Canada at the 2024 World Champion of Champions. Of course, coming up in a few weeks, the 2023 World Bowls Champion of Champions will be taking place at Club Robina on the Gold Coast. It will be Pat Bird, one of our semifinalists there on Rink 6, that will be representing Canada in the men's singles, and then Jordan Koss from Saskatchewan will be headed there to play the women's singles after a nice few weeks there on the Gold Coast for the World Bowls Championship. So she'll be nice and ready in time for that big event.
Yeah, she should be in good form. How many times have you been to that club, John? Club Robina.
I've been there a few times there. We were there actually this past June. The greens are absolutely phenomenal. Club Helensvale has been working with, like their greenskeepers have been working with them to really bring that green up to an excellent world standard. So they'll be in for quite a treat as they get started on that on September 12th. So as we see there, Serena coming up just a little bit heavy, so it looks like shot bowl belonging to Jan Robinson.
Jan Robinson is using an Aero Groove bowl, size 0. And Serena Mack is using a Taylor Ace, size 3, I believe.
Yeah, both very popular bowls for singles players. I know a lot, that's been quite a common selection there between the players throughout this event.
Serena looks to have a better line this time, but she might be just trucking through there a little bit. Yeah, just a little heavy on the weight.
So definitely an opportunity here for Jan. She's probably going to want to come in on the backhand side, try to get a little bit of coverage, because if anything, probably the best shot would be to play a little bit of that forehand draw if you're Serena. Try to get a little bit of trail to kind of put the game into a stranglehold, but coming up a little short. So opportunity here for Serena coming in on the forehand side.
Just coming up short again.
Yeah, trying to navigate that patch toward the jack. You kind of need that little bit extra to get into that area.
Mm-hmm.
So big opportunity here for Jan Robinson to take a jump into this matchup. Coming up a little short again, but it looks like it will be at least a 2. Close on a 3rd. Don't know from our commentary position as to exactly where.
Once again, John, a bowl that's a shot you have to make at this level. That could come back to haunt her later in the game.
Yeah, definitely, especially in those ones where you don't want to let your opponent get that far ahead. Again, road to 21. We'll just mention there as the players get started with this upcoming end there, as it looks like it will be now they're just updating the scoreboard, so it's 5 for Serena Mock, 5 for Jan Robinson. So we are deadlocked here in the semifinal. We'll give a little thank you to the Government of Canada for sponsoring the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships. Their continued effort to support and grow the game of bowls in Canada is so important for Bowls Canada and the sport itself. So we'd like to thank our sponsors from the Government of Canada and Sport Canada for all their hard work to grow the game. As Jan gets a bowl just about a bowl above jack high. Perfect angle from where we are to see that. Almost directly parallel to the jack. Serena coming up about a few feet short, so the opportunity for Jan to get a nice little multiple. And I know I was talking to Mike O'Reilly, the head coach for Team Alberta. I know he's absolutely ecstatic to see 5 of his 7 players into medal finals, and he was definitely so happy to mention about the players just being so hardworking and dedicated to doing the little things to get to where they are today. And I know they'll be very happy to see at least one of their hopefuls in each of the 2 gold medal games, being there that we have 1 men's and 1 women's that are all Alberta.
Yeah, they're definitely doing something right in Alberta. They got a great program out there for high performance athletes, and they've got a high performance provincial team, and yeah, they're definitely doing the great things. Coach Derek Dillon's out there training them all. Pat Voss, a newly appointed regional coach for Bowls Canada, they're just doing a great job with all the athletes out there. So kudos to them. They're playing on some excellent greens from what I hear out in Calgary Lawn, and yeah.
And honestly, like that, when I was talking to Mike, I kind of asked you, like, is there something in the water there that creates great singles players? And like he definitely just said that it's just a mix of that hard work and dedication to improving your game, and especially that top-notch competition. Because when you have so many great players competing against each other week after week, it can only improve your game.
Absolutely, definitely is something in the water.
So looks like Jan will come down to the head. Looks like she's sitting 1 close on a second between her front bowl and the bowl just behind jack high of the Serena Mox.
Yeah, there's no real danger here for Jan. She should just be probably play a backhand or forehand draw and knock her bowl over, draw one up there. Not really a lot of danger.
Yeah, definitely one of those ones there where if she can really position this one well, it could set her up nicely as a big turning point in this game. Looks like as Jan will go here on this backhand side. Will she navigate that front port? Will come up a little short. We'll mention there, it looks like quite a performance there on A4 at the rink next door as Dave Defoe up 11-2 on Bob Van Wellingham.
Yeah, Dave's a steady player. He's like I mentioned before, he's had a great year, but he just goes about his business, drawing, and pretty steady player.
I know I was saying to a few people there last night that if there's anybody there that can say that they have some bragging rights, it's gonna be me, because if it's possible there that Roy comes back in his matchup against Pat Bird, the 2 that would advance out of my section would be the ones that would be 1-2 in the tournament.
There you go. And there's definitely some good groups that were playing over the last couple days.
So it looks like it will be nice and close here for who's close. Looks like if I would favor anybody, it would be. Oh, looks like Serena's picking up the jack, so it looks like it'll be a 1 for Serena Mock.
Wow. Pretty tough to tell from up here.
Yeah, of course, we're high above the green A here at Juan de Fuca. Nice to see a great crowd here out on a beautiful Monday morning. So if you are in the area, feel free to get on down here to the Juan de Fuca Lawn Bowls Club. There's lots of great spaces to watch these high stakes medal round matchups coming up between, whether it be this semifinal or the championship games coming up at 1:30.
No, Ralph Ellis, corduroy is not always in fashion.
Well, well, you should see there. I don't know if you saw Derek Dillon, of course, known as Captain Corduroy himself. There, my mom, when she was at work, she found a corduroy hat,
Ooh.
a corduroy bucket hat. So we actually got it embroidered with Captain Corduroy and had a Canadian maple leaf, and gave it to him when he was over in Dartmouth. Hopefully, we'll see. That featured a little bit during the World Bowls Championship. You never know.
All right.
Looks like Serena coming up quite good there with that first bowl of hers, sitting just behind Jack High. Jan coming up a few feet short, so opportunity here for Serena. Running a little bit heavy.
It's an excellent spot, though.
Yeah, definitely that nice effective zone. There is a Bulls Canada head coach Terry Scott always likes to preach to his players. So opportunity here for Jan. It looks like she's going to come in on the backhand side, try to play a little bit aggressive.
A little bit of a result there. She was a little bit narrow and ended up knocking her first bowl up. Not good enough for shot, but it's a little fortunate. Any touch on the jack from Serena here, and that'll put Jan in a tough position.
So Serena will definitely be coming in here on this backhand side here. Coming up a little short. So a bit of an opportunity missed probably, because if she'd been able to get that trail, it would have been nice and protected.
Yeah.
So Jan coming in again on that backhand side. Looks like she is close. Will sit the bowl for 2. What a shot from our last year's finalist.
Yeah, excellent shot. As Serena takes a walk down to the green to look at the situation, Pat has taken a commanding lead on his rink. He's up 10-2 over Roy. It looks like Pat's starting to dial in now.
It looks like someone must have listened to us, because when we started the draw, there was listing Alberta on the scoreboard, but it looks like we do see the familiar RR and PB on rink 6 there, so, and BR and CD for the initials of all those players. So the spectators do know that without having to look in their program.
All right, Serena facing 2 shots here. Probably play a little bit of weight off the forehand. She can promote her own bowl.
Yeah, some good opportunity here if she can navigate it, but looks like she's going to be tight.
Yeah, she didn't like it right from the beginning.
Yeah. So Jan coming down to take a quick look here. Definitely one of those ones there that if she can draw this one in nicely, looks like it's probably about just over a foot and a bit to draw the shot. That should be a good opportunity to take a 3 and take a lead in this matchup. final bowl here for Jan Robinson. Coming in on the backhand side. Looks pretty good here. Needs it to navigate that front there, and it will come up a little short in that patch. So it looks like it will be a 2, but it will be a lead in this matchup.
Yeah, she'll take a 7-6 lead. Lots of game left for both players. I expect them to get a little bit closer over the next few ends, dial it in.
100% on the road to 21. There's lots of opportunity there for these two players. Of course, I know one person who's going to be quite conflicted depending on the results of these games. It will be Dwayne Hauk from Team Alberta, as I know Bev Robinson is his wife there, and Jan is Bev's sister. So could be a family battle there in the medal rounds, depending on the results.
It's great to see sisters out there playing against each other. That'll be great to see in the finals. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so many great family connections throughout the event. There is, I know, there's lots of mothers and daughters, brothers and sisters, and everything in between. So as we get started here, 7-6 lead for Jan Robinson over Serena Mock. Again, reminder here, we are at the Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships here in beautiful Juan de Fuca, BC. As we see Jan Robinson, she drew a few feet in behind there, so opportunity for Serena Mock to draw one nice and close to open up this contest.
Another good start
Nice
by
result.
Serena. Yeah. That first bowl is so important. You need that, put that pressure on right away at the start of the end. First bowl effectiveness.
And honestly, when you think of it, like singles is very much like there's some things in team games which are very a technical side. In singles, it's very much a mental game because of that confidence and the swings and momentum, and being able to get that first bowl effectiveness really helps you potentially put more of that pressure onto your opponent. As Serena will come up about 6-7 feet short. Opportunity here for Jan to make a correction on her last bowl and get a nice one close. Coming in on the forehand side. Trying to navigate that spot there. She will just come to rest with that last bowl of hers. So still one, it appears, to Serena Mock. So big bowl in the context of this match there, as we see it navigate that spot in the middle of the green. Comes up a little bit short, so Jan will definitely be looking to correct.
Lots of room for Jan to draw draw a shot here. No need to do anything tricky, just draw a shot. Add a yard on your last bowl and you'll be shot.
And the main thing is navigating that one port there, because it can definitely deceive you. If you think you're going to be throwing too much, you might need that little bit extra to get it through to get there. Looks like it should be close here. come down and it will rub off that back bowl Serena's, so
Made it.
might have made the front bowl into
Absolutely.
the question.
All right, just a quick update. Pat has taken a commanding 14-2 lead over on Claire Day's match. It looks as if Claire Day is up 9-4. Dave Defoe is a commanding lead over Bob, 14-6. And in our feature match here, it's 7-6 for Jan, with one bowl to come in this end.
Big bowl here for Serena Mock, looking
Oh,
for
what
the
a
jack.
shot.
Will make it for 2. What a bowl from the British Columbia silver medalist.
All right, John, while we have a moment here, I just want to wish some good luck to our World Bowls team, who are now in Australia preparing for World Bowls. On the men's side, we have Ryan Bester, John Bazier, Owen Kirby, Cameron LaFrenz, and who's the other one?
Rob Law, I believe.
Rob Law,
Yeah.
that's it. Sorry, Rob. I
Can't forget Rob Law.
No, we can't forget Rob. Sorry about that, guys. I just drew a blank there. And on the women's side, we have Emma Boyd, Kelly McCarahan, Bailey Van Stein, Jordan Koss, and Joanna Cooper. Really looking forward to seeing you guys play down there. Can't wait to see the results, and hopefully we catch you on the streaming that's World Bowls is doing.
And actually, we will mention there that Bowls Australia have confirmed that there will be 2 Team Canada games live streamed during the round robin stages. August 29th at 12:45 a.m. Eastern Time against as the women's fours will face off against Australia, and then I believe it's September 5th at the exact same time. It will be our men's fours against England.
Oh wow! Excellent.
So hopefully our Canadian Bowls fans will be in for a nice late night.
Exactly. Also, a big shout out to the coaching staff that's there. Derek Dillon and Terry Scott. Terry, this is his last event for Bowls Canada. I want to thank you for all of your support over the last few years. It was a pleasure playing as you as a coach and having you on my committee as the high performance coach. So thank you, Terry.
Yeah, we wish him well in his retirement there. He's been a phenomenal supporter of Bowls, both in New Zealand and in Canada. A longtime commentator, too, as I believe, if I remember correctly, he was the color commentator for the last World Bowls Championship. So a nice shot here for Serena Mock to sit her 2. A nice back and forth tussle between these 2 powerhouse players. So Jan will look to play on that backhand side that she's played quite well throughout the matchup.
Oh, another good bowl there by Jan. She promoted her first bowl up for what looks to be shot. I can't tell from here, but bowls hanging around here. That's good stuff.
So we see Serena just contemplating what bowl to play. She's going to come in on that backhand side, so probably looking to land the bowl of Jan Robinson's. Will come a little bit short, so it might be a bit of an opportunity here for the Albertan. Coming in again on the forehand side. Oh, and an unfortunate break there as she'll wick off one of the front bowls and in, so it will be at least a 1, if not a 2, for Serena Mock. The jacks move back a few feet. I think I saw 1 measure on the second if I saw my stuff from our marker. And Serena looks like she's navigating that spot quite well, but coming up a little bit short. Again, that side can be a little bit deceiving depending on the weight you choose to throw. So Jan coming down to take a quick look. Just probably contemplating the weight that she needs to get around that wall of bowls in front.
Yeah, she has lots of room to draw a shot here. Just got to make sure she's wide enough to get past those bowls. Definitely doesn't want to come up short here.
Absolutely. So final bowl here for Jan Robinson. Looks like she should be pretty good here. Will it stop?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it might be close there, but definitely a good result there for Jan.
All right, Bob is making a little bit of a comeback here. Dave Defoe leads Bob 14-8. Claire Day is up 11-4. And Pat Bird is up 16-2.
Looks like he may be trying to stake his claim on trying to go back to another world champion of champions before he even goes to his to the more recent one.
Yeah. Oh, good shot there by Dave Defoe to knock out Bob's shot bowl. That will put Dave up 15-8.
So we might be close to figuring out our finalists there in the men's singles. But we'll, again, a long way to go on the road to 21.
Absolutely.
So an 8-8 tie here in our feature game of Jan Robinson versus Serena Mock. As Ryan mentioned, 14-8 lead for David Defoe over there on ring. Oh, sorry, 15-8 now. My apologies. On rink number 5, it will be an 11-4 lead for Claire Day, and on rink number 6, again it will be a 16-2 lead for Pat Bird over Roy Riggy. And we'll mention just before, as we get started with this end, and we'd like to thank Nothers, the award store, for their support of bowls in Canada for more than 50 years. Nothers, the award store, has been a supplier of awards and recognition products for sports associations, schools, professional associations, and many more. And they have the capacity to serve everything from national championships to local leagues and awards, signage, and promotional products. Thank you to Nothers for supporting lawn bowls in Canada. And they've done a great job. They'll be the ones that made our medals there that will be presented this afternoon. As we'll see here, Jan coming up just over a foot short, but enough to be setting her one. Serena coming up uncharacteristically short there. She did get to the center line, though, so that should give her a bit of an idea for her next few bowls.
Yeah, it's just been a struggle on the weight. I think both players are getting to center line. It's just a real struggle with the weight right now.
And Jan coming up, the weight was pretty much the exact same. Again, trying to navigate that spot in the green to get over toward the jack. Serena coming up. A bit of a big adjustment there, so she came a few feet through. So opportunity here for Jan to try to sit at least a 2, if not a 3. And again, coming up a little short. So again, both players kind of trying to get a feel for the changing speed of the green in that area. Looks close again, but again, the commentator is deceived as it will come up again a little short.
Yeah, the bowls pull up really quick here.
But it will be interesting though, because I believe, and I may be wrong. I think that the two rings that they've left empty are probably going to be the ones that will be our gold medal final rings, and those ones are definitely faster. So they're toward the edges where you get a little bit more of that speedy side. So we'll make it nice and interesting for our players this afternoon. So Jan scoring there. So at least I believe 2. So looks like again playing that little bit longer length. So I totally agree with what you said earlier. It's a little bit surprising given the problems that they've had of navigating that patch toward that longer length to be playing that that type of distance. It might be something that they would look to adjust. And then I say that, and Jan just puts in one nice and perfectly close.
Yeah, excellent weight for Jan there with the first one, just a tad narrow.
Looks like Serena will be going a little bit through there. Of course, many of these players also continuing on to play in the pairs and fours, so they'll be able to take a bit of this experience in the big games into the next few days of competition. Jan coming in again on her traditional backhand side, looking to draw it. Will be a little bit heavy, so a few feet behind.
Yeah, not a bad spot. Good ending position for that bowl. All right, Serena switches hands now.
And unfortunately, a little bit wide, so it doesn't get the connection that she probably wanted. If any of our viewers have any questions there, you can feel free to send them along our way in the comment section, whether it be for me or for our illustrious commentator there, Ryan Stadnick. I'm sure we'd be happy to answer them over the next roughly out. It would be actually, yeah, about an hour and a bit there.
Thanks for the kind words. I don't know if I deserve illustrious, though.
Well, I know from my history, you've been a multi-time champion there, both in Ontario and at this tournament, if I remember correctly. You've won a few things.
A couple here and there.
And then, of course, represented Canada in your own right there.
I got the nod a couple times, so just love the game, love the sport, love being involved in the sport, so glad to help out when I can.
It's a big opportunity here for Jan. So it looks like she's going to change her hand, playing on the forehand side. Looking to try to draw for at least a deuce. And she'll be perfect weight, just a little wide. Final bowl here for Serena Mock.
Yeah, they still haven't updated the score, but this is a big shot because I have a feeling she's 3 down right now in the head. But it looks like she made that adjustment and
nice result.
Makes the shot.
What a bowl from Serena Mock.
Facing 3 of Jan's blue bowls there. Serena Mack makes a brilliant shot. Just need an update on the score from the marker when she gets down here. They didn't flip the scoreboard last end.
And we will mention it as our players head to the other end. Looks like Pat Bird is within striking distance of the required 21 shots as he holds a 18-2 lead in his semifinal over Roy.
Yeah, from what I can tell up here, it just looked like Roy is struggling with the weight.
They've updated the scoreboard, so it's 20-2, so
22.
one shot to go.
Yes.
So we'll keep you updated on that one as Pat Bird looks to potentially make another Canadian singles final. And you got to expect that with the play that he's had over these past few days, he's going to be coming in nice and confident to the Canadian Fours Championship over the next 4 days.
Oh, absolutely. He's got all the confidence in the world, I think, right now. Pauline, to answer your question, I believe the gold medal games are somewhere around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
It would be 1:30 if I remember my a lovely program correctly. So that would be 1:30 Pacific time. You can do the math to whichever time zone you may be. We'll hopefully have our friend Jake Shooknet of Bowls Canada's national office send something out to remind you all as we get closer to the start time of that matchup. I believe you'll be joining me back again for another one.
I believe so. I think I got roped into this today.
Oh, hey, we'll gladly have you up here in the booth.
That's right.
So nice bowl there from Serena to sit just under a foot behind the jack. Looks like it's close there. Oh. Wow, great bowl from Jan.
Yeah, great response.
Great response, yeah.
Just an update in the Ontario-Manitoba men's singles game. Dave Defoe was up big time, and now it's 15-13 for Dave Defoe. So Bob has made a great comeback. Things are getting a little tight on that game.
Definitely, and both of those players playing quite well throughout the event. Dave with a 4-2 record up to this point. And Bob exactly the same there as he looks for his spot in a Canadian singles final. Both of them looking for their first ever title at the national level, if I remember correctly.
That's right. Jan just played another bomb. What a shot. Sitting two directly behind the jack. Oh no.
Oh no. Unfortunate results there for Serena Mack.
So big chance here for Jan. Has to throw the same bowl. Lots of room to get 4. Big chance to take a good sized lead going into the later stages of this game.
Final bowl. Playing a little bit more weight than normal, trying to navigate that spot here. Will it come in? She had the perfect weight for it, but unfortunately it looks like it will just be the 3 shots in favor of Alberta. And we have a final over on ring 6, just as that bowl came to rest. It will be Pat Bird, the defending champion, looking to go one more as he will win 21-2 over Roy Riggy. So Roy will play for bronze against the loser of the Defoe and Van Wellingham game. We'll keep you updated on that as the game rolls along.
John, we got some zip liners up there, so things could get a little crazy. This is my favorite part of the event so far. So right behind the greens, there's a zip line, and people scream going down it. It's actually funny.
Yeah, that's the Wild Play Adventure Park here at the West Shore Recreation Complex. It's been quite an entertaining thing to watch. I know I was kind of joking with a few of the competitors that whoever wins the event, they should go have the men's and women's each go down that with wearing their gold medal. And unfortunately, no takers as of yet.
Shane, those are good points. He could be struggling with his leg. Roy was definitely struggling a little bit with his delivery and looked like he was jumping up a little too quick, so definitely could be some leg issues there. But nonetheless, he had a great run in this event, and he will look to bounce back and play for the bronze medal later this afternoon. Definitely nothing to be ashamed about. He's had a good run, so hopefully he can work out those leg issues, but definitely something could be there.
And unfortunately, there we've been I know there's been a few athletes that have really appreciated the support from the first aid guy, who apparently is also has training as a masseuse.
Oh.
So he's been helping a few ones when it comes to if there is any muscle issues there. So we appreciate his support there throughout this event.
All right, so Jan looks like she's off to another good start in this end with 2 bowls just behind the jack. Serena just made a good bowl, drawing shot just to the side of it.
So opportunity here for Jan coming in on that backhand side that we know she's played quite well throughout the day. As we hear another scream from the zip line. Looks like a beautiful draw from
Excellent.
Jan Robinson.
Excellent.
So Serena will look to play on the backhand side, either draw it clean or land the bowl of Jan Robinson's at jack high.
Oh, just missed. Excellent try.
So it's a tough position because you don't want to really set up something that could result in Serena being able to play a weighted bowl for a multiple, or so might see a bit of a tactical play here. Maybe try to tuck it around if she can get there.
Yeah, not a lot of harm. Danger for Jan here. Reaching through the head is okay. As Wayne and I like to call it, move some furniture around.
Final bowl here from Serena Mock. Forehand side looking for a deuce. Will she get there?
Pretty close. What a
Looks
shot.
like she might have made it there for her too. Well done.
What a shot.
Serena Mock.
All right, John Darrell wants to know, when are you coming to WOBA?
I'm hoping there at some point. There's been a few pitches between both the WOBA event and the Pile of Bones Open in Regina. So maybe it's whoever gives me the best offer. You never know.
Absolutely.
Both of them are on my watch list for
All right.
sure. So as we get started here with this next end here, Jan just setting the mat, and it will be we're just updating the scoreboard here. They're 14-9 in favor of Jan Robinson.
Bob's facing 3 shots here with his last bowl to come. Big bowl for Bob. Oh no. Looks like Dave will grab 3 there and take a lead of 19-13. So Dave within 2 points of booking his spot into the gold medal match. Over back on our feature match. Jan just threw a great starting bowl. A couple inches behind, 3 inches behind.
Yeah, she's definitely been able to get that nice feel for draw weight over the past little while. So, nice to have a good close bowl, but a great
That's it.
response from Serena Mock too.
Both players are starting to adapt to the green. Claire Day continues her lead over Bev. Claire Day is up 14-4. Jan, another good bowl here by Jan. Just a tad light, that's all, but in a good spot.
And definitely it's one of those ones of she can definitely feel confident that she can build up that head for a potential play on her third and fourth bowl to potentially get a bit of a multiple. Good
Yeah.
opportunities could be coming here for the Albertan.
Yeah, lots of good things can happen when you have bowls hanging around.
And it's angled nicely there that if she wanted to come in on the forehand side and play out Serena's, there's some good chances for receivers there for her on either side. So we'll see Serena try to navigate that nicely. We'll come up a little bit short. So opportunity here for Jan to come in on the, looks like the backhand side. Kind of surprised me because that's been holding out a little bit for both players. So has the best back. And Serena coming up uncharacteristically short. There's an opportunity here for Jan to try to make an adjustment on her last and maybe make a play for maybe some contact. Looks like that's what she's going for.
Absolutely, nothing to lose here. Just reaching through. Oh, just a little tight on the line. Right weight, just a little tight.
Yeah, definitely had the idea. So opportunity now here. Serena Mock looking to snag a multiple and get this to within 3 shots.
Looks a little light.
And that's been one of the stories of the game so far, really. It's just navigating that extra little bit of weight when you need it to get to the fast spots. And we'll let you know there that it looks like Bob Van Wellingham fighting his way back. It looks like at least a 2, if not a 3. Tough to tell from the position here. Both players using quite similar colored bowls, because I know Bob with the classic dark brown colored bowl, I believe, and Dave with the black with the maroon and white stickers. So kind of deceiving me with the sunlight here on a Monday morning.
Okay, Serena with her first bowl here on a shorter length jack. See if she can pin one on it.
Yeah, this position has been probably one of the better spots for players playing this A green throughout the event. So we're definitely going to see a good chance of these players being nice and close. And Jan coming up, again, uncharacteristically short, so it might be a bit of an adjustment to the lanes, playing that nice ultra short compared to what they've been playing. And great second bowl from Serena Mock. So Jan coming in on that backhand side, trying to play a nice adjustment there. We'll come up about just over a foot and a half, 2 feet short.
Have to agree with Shane's comments about marking the center of the greens. Definitely speeds up play. Would love to see it done at every club, but unfortunately it's not.
Yeah, it's not it's something I highly recommend to any club, and usually if you get the right paint, I believe it lasts for about a month, if I remember correctly. From talking to some greenskeepers down in Australia, I was always curious about it every time I've seen it, because I think they line, they take about a day to close it down and line it, and it lasts for quite a while.
Yeah. All right, Jan with an opportunity here. Looks like she's tracking pretty well.
Beautiful shot here from Jan Robinson.
Close for shot. That last bowl, Jan's probably a foot or foot and a half short. Be a measure for shot for now.
So we'll see Serena Mock come in on the backhand side, looking to navigate the front here. We'll push in for at least one there, if not a measure for a second. Jan will come down and take a look here. That familiar jog that we've seen so many times there in big medal games. Of course, coming into this event, I know many would probably have said that Jan would be one of the favorites to win out of the field of 22, having made the final last year, and I believe she was actually quite close the year before, if I remember correctly. I mean, though I may be wrong.
Yeah, she's playing quite well. I don't know about her previous past, but she definitely is playing quite well this week, and very impressed with what I've seen.
It's a big opportunity here for her to try to navigate that front port and try to get her single.
It's not a mile away. Excellent
Looks
bowl.
like it might be close there.
We might have
Push the bowl of Serena's in, but might see the measures come out.
the old chop and lie kind of shot.
And that's one of those things I've always been told of the, if you put one on, good things can happen.
That's right. So it looks like Dave Defoe took at least one there. Bob had made a good shot to kill the end. Unfortunately, the jack goes back to the tee, leaving Dave a lot of room to draw shots. So Dave will go up 20 to 15. So Dave just needs one more to win. And 15 to 10 in our feature match in favor of Jan over Serena. And over in the other game, Claire Day continues to lead Bev Robinson 15 to 5.
Yeah, I know that Claire will be really happy with her performance there. I know she was fairly disappointed there in Regina to come up a little bit short. There, she ended up. I was actually marking for her in the bronze medal game against Kathy Larking.
Oh, okay.
There, and she. It was a thriller of a match. It was like, I believe it was like 21-17 there that she came up against in that bronze medal game. But she'll be looking forward to making a return to the big game if she can hold on and get to that 21 shots.
Yeah, Claire has been such a steady player over the years. Played with her on Team Canada for a while. She was at many camps and just a steady player.
And a great inspiration for the some of these young Alberta players coming up.
Absolutely.
And we've seen it in some of the ones coming to these big events, whether it be ones like Alexis Gallagher and Kiara Shalo and Jen McDonald, of course, one of the other big up-and-comers from Alberta. So big end here as we see Jan just about a bowl and a bit above Jack High there, so but comes up short on her second. a bit of a tricky position because they haven't been able to get the curl as much on that hand. And then, of course, I say that, and what does Serena do but draw perfectly back to the center line through that port?
Just responding to Greg's comments there, Greg, I'm not a cameraman by trade, and I don't want to touch these expensive cameras, so I'm sorry, you get what you get.
We'll do our best to describe it, and then we will hopefully, maybe we'll see if we can get someone to help us out there for the championship games. There will take a little bit of time, but we'll make it work.
Just a practice run for the finals, Greg. Come on, give us a break here. All right, we got a message from the Preston Lawn Bowling Club, which Dave Defoe is a member. It says Dave is the first Preston men's representative at the Nationals. Excellent job, guys.
I believe it says first in 108 years.
108 years, that's a long time for a club to be around. I've never played at Preston, but I've had contact with them. We held a little tournament before Woba there one year. Hopefully we can get back to doing that again. I believe that's Dave Allen that put that message up there. So
Serena coming up. Sorry, my apologies. Jan coming up a little short there. So it will be interesting to see what Serena goes for here. I anticipate her probably going on that forehand side. She has some chances at either a draw or at least bump up her own.
yeah, I mean, she's got 3 seconds, but I don't think she can get Jan's bowl out. So
Yeah, I think that her front bowl is kind of the only way that you can really get that out is almost a plant and of the front bowl of her own, and even then the back bowl is kind of blocking that one too.
yeah, I think just a nice draw. If she gets a toucher, she'll get 2.
Looks like she's playing for contact
Yeah.
here.
A little
Oh.
tight.
And it looks like it will be a 1 for Jan Robinson to take a 16-10 lead in this matchup here on the road to 21. A reminder once again that the Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship would not be possible without the support of our excellent sponsors. We'd like to give a huge thank you to the government of Canada through Sport Canada, Kukri, and Nothers, the award store, for your continued support of lawn bowling in Canada. And a reminder again that this is the Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship here at the beautiful Wanda Fuka Lawn Bowls Club in Victoria. John Seitman here from Team Nova Scotia, joined alongside by Ryan Stadnick, the chair of the National High Performance Committee. Here for a great day of bowls. If you're in the area, make sure to get on down here to the Wanda Fuka Greens to cheer on the players as they go for a gold medal and a spot at the 2024 World Champion of Champions.
Just to let you know, there is a caliper measure in the men's game for shot bowl. So the umpires have been called. Two bowls very close to each other, so Dave could win this on a caliper measure right now.
And actually, this is quite different because normally, of course, common etiquette there that I've been taught for years has always been that when a measure is called, you leave the green. But it looks like George brought them on to take a look and make sure everything was all perfect.
So I think the bowls were frozen there. I've never seen that before. George threw the jack out rather than tossing the shot bowl away from the jack.
So that would be a tied end.
Tied end, so
Wow.
I guess no points are scored.
And from personal experience there, having had George measure many games, I know for certain that if he's saying that it's tied, it's 100% tied.
Oh yeah, George is a great guy. Great guy.
Of course, a familiar broadcast a few years, I believe it was in West Vancouver. It was him and Nick Watkins that measured for the championship game in an extra end, and it was probably one of the most dramatic moments I've seen in one of our Nationals live streams. So Serena coming in on this forehand side, trying to get it to pull up. It will come a little bit through. Jan asking for who has the shot, so the marker signaling up one. I'm so used to having these lollipops there, like you see in some of the big TV games. So a bit different seeing just the classic finger call there. Is it looks like Jan will play it down there. Will it hold? It will be a little bit deep.
Just fell out the wrong way.
So Serena looking to navigate that forehand side. Will come a little bit under. Will it come in up there? Still don't know. It's a wide range over there.
Yeah, lots of room to draw a shot here. Jan shouldn't be too worried here. Just nice shot here. Past her front bowl. She'll get another one. Possibly two. Lots of room.
Looking close here, and it will go for a one. Well done from Jan Robinson. And of course, there as we see here, Serena Mock going here. Does she get a good response?
Oh,
And yes, she
did.
does.
Excellent ball.
Well done.
That makes it 15-11 in favor of Jan. Over on the other green, Bob looks like he's sitting one or two. Nope, just one now from the marker. With last bowl to come, so he can bring it within a difference of 3, 20-17.
And the interesting thing with this, our feature game here, and I just realized this, these two players will be quite familiar with each other after this event because they're going to be facing off again in the women's pairs. Serena will be playing alongside Josephine Lee, and Jan will be playing alongside her sister Bev. So a little bit of a shorter length than what they've been going. So will be interesting to see how the players adjust here. Serena coming in on that backhand side, comes up about a foot and a half short. As we see an update on the game, the Defoe and Van Wellingham game, Bob Van Wellingham making a little bit of a comeback here as it is 20-16 over there on ring 4. Serena now coming in on the backhand side.
She played 2 good bowls this end. Jan really needs to get this one close as her first one got away from her.
And of course, it's a big mental side of the game here. Of course, if Jan can get this, she'll be within potentially winning the game at any time.
Yeah.
But from history, we all know that those last few shots are always the hardest.
They are definitely the hardest ones to get. Just got to stay focused and just one bowl at a time.
Yeah, one of those most famous games I've ever seen was Ryan Bester's 2012 final against Leif Selby, where Leif was stuck on 19 for a good 12 or 13 ends before getting to the 21 shots. Sorry, Ryan, if you're listening. that was quite a final in Adelaide. So marker signaling 1 to Jan Robinson. So she'll be looking to come in on that forehand side. Looks like she's navigating this quite well here. Will it get there? This comes up a little bit short, but has a good idea of it for her final bowl.
Well, the marker just indicated that Serena is down shot with the back blue ball. From my perspective here, it looks like Serena's sitting 2, but the marker has the best view, so we'll take her word for it.
And we'll mention we would like definitely want to thank all the volunteers for their hard work, particularly in this singles championship. At one point, having I believe it was 23 rinks in operation at any given time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of markers, and they've been doing a great job this week, and they'll be definitely excited to potentially just head up onto the bank to do some flipping for the remainder of the event.
Absolutely. Time to have a beverage at the bar here and watch the finals. But they have done a great job so far. All right, so Serena.
Big bowl here for Serena.
Yeah, Serena. Looks like she's wide. All right, so opportunity. Jan's got to be a little careful here as it's a little plugged up with Serena bowls. Serena's bowls coming up, so she's got to be a little careful, but not to be scared of it. These extra points are the ones that you have to get.
Honestly, it's one of those ones where I could see her playing it a little bit aggressively, where you could either play to try to get the inside edge there of Serena's, or you even have the opportunity to raise your own front bowl in.
Absolutely, yeah.
So 2 great opportunities for Jan Robinson. Final bowl here.
Just an update in the Claire Day match. Bev just grabbed a 3-in, so that match is now 15-10 in favor of Claire Day. And Dave Defoe is is up 20-18, looking to score that last point. Time for him just to focus and a couple big deep breaths. And
Well, that's where I know Dave. He's been the cardiac kid there in the past little while, as he had a 21-18 over Stephen Young in the quarterfinals, and he had a close loss there to Ryan Pollard from British Columbia to close out the round robin. Definitely a fun player to play against there. We had a nice little chat there as the game rolled along. It's a 16-11 here for Jan Robinson. Looking like she's going to be stretching out the length a little bit longer than what we've been seeing. So into that faster spot on the rink. So it'll be interesting to see how the players adjust to this longer length, getting there to the faster spot. As I think you might have heard some applause. Looks like Dave sat Bob's bowl for a single on a ring 4. So sitting match lie over there.
2 bowls to come from Bob, so we'll see what happens. Jan off to another short bowl start here, leaving room for Serena to make a great shot like she did there. Well done, Serena.
And you'd expect, oh, whoa. Bob, looking like he's playing some good stuff. But now it's pretty much a 1-bowl shootout, really.
And 2 bowls for Dave and 1 for Bob, and it's a wide open jack. See what happens over there. All right, Jan just playing a little narrow again, pushing her bowl up. Good opportunity for Serena to draw another one here. And
So we'll see Serena Mock coming in on the backhand side. Looks pretty close here. Will it come down?
yeah, that's a good bowl there.
Good position for her. Just a few feet behind. So Jan coming in on the backhand side, looking for jack or bowl, or her friend.
Oh, just
And
went
gets
through
the hole. Serena looking to adjust on her last, try to bring it down about a foot and a bit. And will come out just a little bit short, but they definitely put some pressure on to Jan Robinson.
Switch it.
My apologies there. We're still getting used to this. Of course, our familiar broadcast colleague Jake Shooknet is back in Ontario. There unfortunately couldn't make the trip this time around. We miss you, Jake.
Yes,
But
we definitely do miss you, Jake.
especially when he's probably more familiar with the technology than we ever will be. We got the little crash course there in advance of this game, so bear with us. So big bowl here for Jan Robinson. As we'll just let you know as well, looks like Dave, he has quite a length to draw the shot for a spot in the final against Pat Bird.
Looks like he's made it.
It looks like he has done it and draws a toucher in the process. And what a celebration from Team Ontario, as it will be in the final. Dave Defoe versus Pat Bird. Bob Van Wellingham, he will face off against Roy Riggy in the bronze medal game. So those will be at 1:30, as we'll see Serena
I think she just
trail
picked
Jack through.
I think she just picked up a 3-in.
Makes that game even tighter here.
There you have it. Preston has a pretty good record at the national championships.
Potentially batting 100 for 108 years there.
All right, so it looks like Serena picked up 3 there, so that'll make it 16-14 in favor of Jan.
So now it'll be interesting to see as the green gets a little bit more space in between, and the crowd starting to have eyes move to the 2 remaining games in play. As there's a lot, it's awesome to see so many spectators there. They're they're all cheering on great bowls, no matter what province you're from. It's so fun to see.
Yeah, it's actually great to see the singles being played first this time. Usually the singles are played after the majors, and it's a different aspect from it. It's nice to see that the singles are getting the more attention maybe, and the volunteers are still fresh and not later into the week. So it's great to see.
And also it's one of those ones we were talking about this, and there were some of my teammates. It's so neat to see the fact that because players will be coming in for the pairs and the fours, you really get a lot bigger crowd to cheer on these excellent competitors as they go for gold. So Serena coming up quite a bit through, probably about 6-7 feet through at least. Big opportunity here for Jan to put one on and get some pressure going. Great bowl there from Jan Robinson.
Jake's asking if we can do this in 2024. I don't know. My contract will be pretty high then, Jake. Don't know if you'll be able to afford us, but we'll see what we can do.
He always knows there that if I'm not playing, you put a microphone in my hand, I will, or on my head, I will gladly take it and run with it.
That's funny. They say the same about me at WOBA. They have a hard time getting the microphone away from me.
Well, it became quite a while. I was the one that they were getting to introduce all the players at the banquet for the team events at the majors, and at one point we ended up. I think I was told that they would take close to a half hour to introduce all the players, and when they put it in my hand, I got it all completed in about 8 minutes.
There you go. All right.
As we see, great bowl there from Jan. Oh, sorry, from Serena. My apologies. So it looks like it will be one in favor of a Serena Mock. So a little bit of weight coming here from Jan Robinson. Trying to navigate that front there. Will raise her bowl in. As the wind starts to pick up here. So you could see that have a bit of an effect on this matchup. Of course, with some nice free running greens like we've seen, it can definitely the wind can affect the matchup a little bit more than when it may be a little bit slower in pace.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've really noticed the wind today. Hopefully it doesn't blow too strong. We don't want any of that smoke coming in from Kelowna. I know Anna's been checking the air quality index regularly to make sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah, and we send our thoughts and prayers to the crew, so to everyone there in Kelowna. I know there was some concerns there. I think it was the Kelowna Lawn Bowls Club posted up a photo on their Facebook page of quite a dramatic situation there in the outskirts of their city. So we're definitely thinking of you all.
All right, looks like one for Serena here. They're just having a final look at it. Umpire's getting ready because I think he thinks he's going to get called. Nope.
Yeah. Looks like it'll be a 1 to Serena Mock, so a 16-15. Looks like the player's just confirming the score. Of course, I don't see either player with their own personal scorecards, so they're always wanting to keep in the loop with making sure everything's all as they expect.
Is that something new, John? Because I haven't seen that before, where the players don't have their own scorecards.
Well, the players, if they want ones, they can get them provided to them. But they tend to not, because if I remember correctly, and this is just from my perspective, there's often the thing of the markers card being the official card there.
Oh, okay.
And that being said, like I say, if someone wants it, they've been quite happy to provide them anytime they're needed.
All right, so we have a longer length, full length jack for Serena here, and again with her first bowl going well behind the jack.
So a big opportunity here for Jan to make a correction on this, as she sits with a 17-15 lead. And a great bowl to start off this end from Jan Robinson.
That's a great opener. Really puts pressure on Serena now.
Looks like she'll be going through again. Similar weight to her last bowl. There's Serena Mock. Jan looks like she's fairly close again. Might be into that closing time mode, looking to try to get the 4 that she needs for victory. Serena looking to keep this game going and maybe snag the lead herself. Comes up just a little bit short, just a few feet above Jack High. It does force a bit of a change in hand for Jan Robinson there, because she was playing the forehand side on that last one quite well. So probably playing a little bit defensively there, trying to protect the back. Of course, Serena had the option there of if she killed the end, it would be respotted on the 2-meter mark, where she was holding 2. Probably will still hold 2 if Serena does go for the kill.
We haven't seen any full-out drives by either of these players in the game, so I wouldn't expect to see one now. Just that little control weight maybe from Serena. But definitely nothing on the tee for her, so there's no advantage in throwing that big weight. All right, a good chance here for Jan to grab 3. Take it within 1 to get to the gold medal game.
Looks pretty close here.
Looks excellent.
And will get just enough to sit for a 3, and it appears like it will be a 20-15 lead for Jan Robinson over Serena Mock. 1 shot away from victory.
And that end all started from Jan's first bowl.
Absolutely.
Putting that pressure on Serena, and Serena didn't have a bowl within 3 feet.
And like you said, it was really, again, it all comes down to that first bowl effectiveness and really putting that pressure on from the start. In singles play, that is so essential. Definitely an intriguing end as we get started with the next one here on our feature game. Looks like there's multiple touchers there for, I think, for Claire Day, if I recognize my bowls correctly, and only 1 bowl on the green.
Yeah, Claire's got 2 bowls in the ditch, 2 touchers on a full-length jack. And she could possibly be sitting 2.
Yeah, Claire's definitely one who's been known for a quite aggressive style of play. So
All right,
it could be an
Jan.
opportunity for her to take a big lead in that matchup. So as we get back to this one, Jan drawing a nice one here, a few feet behind. So Ryan, in this instance, if you're a Serena Mock, what are you thinking right now? It's just that one end at a time, 1 bowl at a time?
Absolutely. She's just got to keep doing her thing. She's been drawing pretty well this game. Not worry about that last shot yet. Just focus on getting bowls close. Give herself some opportunities to make a shot and not give up that 1. She's not far off 21 either, so she just needs 1 at a time.
And you got to imagine both players are just going to hopefully take that confidence from not just their play this year, but their experience in general. They're both strong players who have been to finals before.
This looks like a good shot here. Just resting Jan's bowl. Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful bowl there from Serena Mock. So expect to see an adjustment here from Jan Robinson.
So Claire Day throws a long jack and has 2 bowls in the ditch that were touchers.
And a beautiful bowl here from Jan Robinson.
Well done, Jan. And 2 bowls off the ditch for Claire. I wonder what she's thinking right now.
Definitely an intriguing end there.
It is. All right, Serena, what do you got there? Do you have an answer for Jan here?
Looking to keep her hopes at a Canadian singles final alive here.
Kind of surprised she switched sides there, John.
Yeah, I am too.
She didn't really need to switch sides, as Jan's bowl is just in front of Jack High. She could have just played the same bowl as last and rested it out, or just draw to the Jack, a little toucher. But that's switching sides. That's not something I like to do in singles or when I'm leading. Just stick to one side and master it.
Yeah, and that's one thing there that one of my coaches there, Lena Cameron, has ingrained in me quite well there. If you have that side there that you can really get a good feel for, you just nail it and do what you can to be the best one at that side.
Absolutely.
So a bit of a surprising play there. As you hear another screamer from the zip line. A little bit short there from Jan, so probably just playing a little bit defensive. Put the pressure on to Serena with her final bowl.
Serena coming down the forehand again, just try to rest that bowl, but I don't think she is doing it.
Navigating the court, will it? It will push it forward, and it will be the final.
All right.
Jan Robinson with the win, 21-15 over Serena Mock to make it into the gold medal game once again. She will face the winner of Claire Day versus Bev Robinson, still in progress. It's a few rinks over from our camera angle, so I don't know. Should we keep on rolling and try to tell our viewers of what's going on? We'll see what the result is of this, and then maybe go from there, because they're just about to update the scoreboard. If not, we might. Oh, I might have our tech crew coming and might be able to help us a little bit. Looks like they're just doing some work on the cameras, so we'll try to keep you in the loop as best we can here. So Claire Day still holding the lead against Bev Robinson. Winner will face Jan in the final. So it looks like we're going to update the camera angle here, so that we can keep you in on this matchup. Looks like it will be a 16-12 lead for a Claire Day over Bev Robinson. So a little bonus coverage here for you on a Monday morning as we look to determine our medal finalists here. A reminder again that the Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship wouldn't be possible without the support of our excellent sponsors. Again, thanks to the Government of Canada through Sport Canada, Kukri, and now there's the award store for your continued support of lawn bowls in Canada. Again, yeah, these events couldn't happen without the support of these excellent sponsors. So thank you to all of them, in addition to the many local sponsors who the host committee have worked with to get this event going. So thank you to all of them. All of us, both on and off the green, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. They've done a great job so far, and I would expect it to be continuing going forward for the rest of the week. Absolutely stunning job by them.
So Bev, going a little bit through, but looks like, if I know my colors of bowls correctly, Bev with the two green colored bowls sitting on a relatively far distance, so enough that there should be room for Claire to draw the shot, and looks like she will come a little bit through.
Wonder if Bev has a little extra pep in her step now to play her sister in the final.
Yeah, you'd expect there, though she might be a little bit of a glance over to see how it's going. Her focus would definitely be on her game and her opposition there, because Claire Day's a tough player to beat. Beautiful bowl there from Bev to draw just behind Jack High. A reminder to our viewers that the final round will take place starting at 1:30 Pacific time, so stay tuned to the Bowls Canada social media channels there, as we'll make sure to keep you in the loop as to everything, and send the link out once again, so you can make sure to tell your friends and be ready for a great afternoon of bowls here from the Juan de Fuca Lawn Bowls Club. So Bev looks like she might be sitting two. So that would be a great opportunity to put this game within 2 shots. Of course, it's neat to see there that our 4 finalists will all be battling it out once again in the pairs event, because I know Claire Day will be also competing in that side of the event alongside Jen McDonald, who I saw her and John and their little, not so little one now, Everett, have been making the trip over to Vancouver Island. We'll look forward to seeing them in the coming days. Every time I see that Everett McDonald, he still makes me feel old. I still remember when he was a little one running around the dining hall in Regina,
Yep.
just a few short years ago. Big bowl here from Claire Day as she looks to contend against 3 shots for Bev Robinson.
Looks like she's done it, too.
Looks like she's pretty close, and
Yeah.
looks like it will be 1 shot in favor of Claire Day. What a bowl. And honestly, one of these things, and this is the thing that I always see as a singles player, is now you have that they're the only game left on the green. There's still a lot of people watching, but the thing is managing those distractions, the emotions of the match, and getting it to where where you can have that performance on demand there in the big moment.
Yeah, I agree, John, but it's not too loud over here.
Between the crowd and the zip line and maybe a few other stuff here and there. It's just blocking a little bit of those stuff out and focus on doing what you do best.
Yeah, players at this level should be able to block that out.
100%.
I was kind of surprised that the umpire, George, there came over to tell us that we were talking too loud. I mean, ideally, I would like to see music being played and people having a good time, but up at the next level, when you have a crowd of 2,000, 3,000 people, you can't control them, so you just got to
100%.
learn how to tune those things out.
Of course, I got to see that there this past June with the Australian Open. There's always a packed crowd of hundreds there.
Absolutely. Drinking, hooting and hollering.
And it's such a great thing for our game to see getting into that exciting, action-packed way there that is so good for both spectators and for the players on the green.
Absolutely. The most exciting thing in sports right now is the one bowl hot dog bowl that we have at Woba. We had 50 people playing it this year, and it was exciting. Everyone had a good time.
It's always a treat to see those ones there. I know when we go to Australia, we played the Mega Bowl there that they run, and with Bowls Australia, and it was at one point they've had upwards of over $1,000 for the winner.
Yeah, wow. Malcolm, the men's score. Pat Bird won, I want to say around 21-3 or 2, and Dave Defoe won 21-18. They've moved the score off Pat Bird's score, so I can't really tell, but he was.
Yeah, I believe it was 21-2 in favor of Pat Bird.
Yeah.
But back to this one here is Claire Day sits about a foot and a half, just over a foot above the jack. He's sitting with a 5-shot lead. Within striking distance of the required 21 shots. Expect there to see Bev Robinson come in on the forehand side there. She looks like she's been playing quite well. Comes up there. Will it get through? It will not.
Big chance here for Claire. She's got to get one a little bit closer. Good chance to grab 2 here. Still a bowl to come from Bev, so get one a little closer here for Claire. I'm sure she won't be too far away. Wind's picking up a little bit.
And honestly, on that part of the green, it might be a spot where it might affect the bowls a little bit more. So the players will be aware of it as we see a beautiful draw from Claire Day.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a tailwind for them now, so they'll be going with the wind, so that'll make it a little bit quicker. Coming back, it'll be a little bit heavier. So Claire sits 3, 1 bowl to come from Bev. Lots of room to draw. Nice easy draw here. Even second shot's good for Bev.
Yeah, just do what you do best and you get nice and close here. Final bowl here for Bev Robinson. Looks like she's coming up a little bit short here.
Short and narrow. Might get in for 3rd, but I don't think so. That's surprising.
So it looks like it will be at least a 2, so at least 19-12 in favor of Claire Day. And we'll mention there, since I saw it in the post on Bowls Canada's social media, that they are still looking for a bids for the 2024 Canadian Championship. So if your club is interested in club or groups of clubs are interested in putting forward a bid for next year's championship, the exciting new format coming up, make sure to check the Bowls Canada website. There's lots of great information on what you would need to know so that you could potentially see this event at your club next year.
Absolutely. Next year's event will be exciting. Hopefully people get involved in it and see a good venue for the next championship.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of provinces that have been quite excited there so far. I know Nova Scotia and Manitoba have already run test events with the new 5-a-side, and I know, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Woba was a 5-a-side event as well.
That's correct.
So it's some great opportunity for players to get a bit of an idea of the new tactics under how to structure your team for next year.
All right, so Claire's first bowl. Claire did pick up 3 that end. Claire's first bowl comes up a yard short.
So it was a 3, so it will be 20-12. So one shot away from victory. Claire Day looking to book her spot in the final, which would be actually a rematch of the a Alberta final if it stays that way.
Alberta has a chance to sweep the medals. That's amazing. Gold, silver, and bronze.
Lots of bowls to be played there, Ryan. Lots of bowls to be played.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
So a little bit short there from Bev. So holding 2 is Claire Day. Looking to make a nice adjustment to really put that pressure on. There's lots of room for Bev right now. A familiar fast walk down the green there of Claire Day, and I've seen that many a time.
Yeah.
As it looks like she'll sit 3.
Not exactly sure why she has to go down. There's not much to look at there. But maybe just to calm things down.
Sometimes it's just, to me, I've always seen it as a bit of a mental thing to just take a look, reset, and just focus on make that one shot. It's probably something that she's not just done as a singles player, but also from her experience as a long-time skip in team sides.
Yeah.
So Bev sitting 1, so hoping to keep this game alive. Expect Claire to play a nice one in again on that backhand side that she's played a few times this end. Will come up short. Wow. So a big chance here for Bev Robinson. She'll come down to take a look. Could be interesting tactically because we are down to 13 minutes there.
Is there a time limit in the finals?
As far as I remember, and from what I was looking at with the conditions of play, there would be a time limit of 2 1/4. A bit different than what people are used to, but again, you should honestly. It's always been my view. If singles games, you should be playing at a good pace to where even if you have a tight one, it should be able to be done within that 2 1/4 hours, especially at this level.
Yeah, I think all the extra trips to the head just add to it, John.
Oh, there we go. What a bowl.
Yes, so Bev picks up 2.
And it will be a 20-14 lead there. So it's going to be interesting to see now with Bev. She'll have control of the jack for this next end, see what she can do to build on her momentum going into the late stages of this game. She is closer to striking distance now. But again, expect the experience of Claire Day there, that she's going to be stopping at nothing but a opportunity to go for gold.
Absolutely. I would expect her to be on point this end. We'll see where the jack ends up. Looks like it's going a little deeper.
And not to mention, there I was talking to a Mike earlier, like I mentioned, and we did see there that Jan did defeat Claire Day in the Alberta final. It was a relatively lopsided scoreline, so she'll be probably looking for revenge there if she books her ticket to the gold medal game.
Great opener here by Bev. Just a little.
Great adjustment there to start this end.
We got the wind picking up a little bit, and not a bad start from Bev.
So Claire coming in on the forehand side, coming into that's actually quite interesting. It's very similar to what our feature game was, where you have that spot on the edge of the sort of greener spot on the ring that you almost have to give it that little bit extra to get it through. And looks like Bev with another beautiful bowl here. Still lots of room, but putting the pressure on.
Claire undecided what hand she wants to play on. Now she decides to go to forehand again.
It's probably a case of just adjust what you did on that last one, and
There she goes.
the experience is starting to show here, as it was a beautiful forehand draw to sit shot bowl. So confirming there, yes, that bowl is the shot. So Bev coming up a little bit short. Oh no, we'll be both jack high.
A little bit narrow, if anything.
So lots of opportunity to adjust there, whether it be drawing it clean or even looking at a trail or a sit.
Claire looks a little heavy this one. Trying to put a back wall in, I guess.
Not getting to that, but we'll get the edge, so could be down to this. Bev Robinson looking to keep this game alive.
Oh, she's playing big weight at it.
Looking close.
Oh,
Oh,
she just missed.
and it will be the final. So it will be, as I just update my stuff here. At 1:30, we will have the medal round finals, as it will in the men's final. It will be Pat Bird of Alberta versus Dave Defoe of Ontario. The women's gold medal game, Jan Robinson versus Claire Day. So a battle of some experienced star players in those gold medal games. And the bronze medal games, it will be some great matches, as well as Roy Riggy will face Bob Van Wellingham, and Serena Mock will face off against Bev Robinson.
Excellent.
So any last minute thoughts there, Ryan, before we sign off for this semifinal contest and send us into the final?
Looking forward to the final. It'll be a good match. They're going to polish up the greens, so we'll be back in a couple hours, or an hour or so.
So until we talk to you again, on behalf of everyone at Bowls Canada, this is John Siteman. Have a good lunch break, and we'll see you back at 1:30 Pacific time for the singles, men's, and women's finals.